Well, this morning, I've been so busy doing the arbor and working away on that stuff, I've kind of let the garden go a bit. So what I'm going to do is focus a little bit on getting the garden ready. The arbor's all dry now, the paint, so I'm going to attach all the bushes or all the vines that have kind of been hanging and slumped down and try to get them up over the arbor. So, see how high I can get them, and then thin a lot of them out because they've overgrown. This rose here, I think, is called a common rose. It has little pink and white flowers on it. When we first got here, it was about a third of this whole arbor was covered by it. I really had to cut it back in order to work on the arbor, but I think it'll grow up pretty good. This rose here is a white rose, got little white flowers on it. It blooms only in the spring, and it's a type of a rambling rose. And it was so big when we got here that it was actually growing up into the tree. And this guy, I've cut him back, I think, about 7 times. So I know it looks brutal how much I've taken off it, but he just keeps coming back and back and back, and he's really a fast grower. So it has little yellow flowers on it, some sort of rambling rose, only blooms in the spring. But this whole end will probably next year be at least half covered, if not more, by this one type of rose. So I've got to really focus hard on keeping him under control. I've been trying to shape this bay tree into kind of like a sphere shape. Fortunately, really super overgrown when we moved in, so hopefully I'll get there. So what I'm doing this bush basically is just hacking it right down because it was much larger than the one that has all the flowers on it. I'm hoping, similar to the one that is now doing really well, if I hack it down, it will be much better next year and more in this keeping the same size as the one across from it. I've also got the grass over here, which has had this, call it netting or whatever, to stop the birds from eating all the seeds. Surprisingly, I thought they'd eaten all the edges, but looking a little closer now, it looks like there's still quite a bit of seed coming up. So, and I planted that about 8 weeks ago, which is just amazing to me that it's now just starting to happen. But it's with this Bermuda grass, it's really, really slow to start, and it needs this really warm temperatures, and we haven't really been getting that for it was about 6 weeks that we had. I originally planted and it was 30 degrees, and then 2 days later, it went down to 15 during the day. So that wasn't warm enough. So it just kind of sat dormant the whole time. And I had thought that the birds had picked away, but I'm seeing quite a few little pockets starting to pop up. So that's really good news. So here's an example of what the grass is looking like. You can see all these little shoots here. These little guys are a little bit darker green. They're all the Bermuda grass that I want. Some of the grass that I don't want are these guys. If I catch them, like this one, I might not have even noticed, but he's not Bermuda grass. He's not Bermuda grass, but there's other sections around here that have got big clumps of grass that I don't want, that I'm going to pull out if I can, and pull all the big weeds out. I'm not going to worry about little guys. This guy I won't worry about, but something that's bigger, like over there, I'll pull them out just to give this a good chance to spread. And then within about, I don't know, another month or so, this will be all completely grassed in. And you can just get close to stuff. You can just see all these fine little guys poking up. And I had thought, even over here, you can see it, I thought that the birds had gotten all this seed, and they didn't. So that's fantastic, because I put down quite a bit of seed there. So we'll get to reveal what's underneath these meshes or nets. So I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to basically hand pick all the weeds out at this point. And then I'm going to pick any grass that I know isn't the right kind of grass out. Just got a bucket beside me, zip along, take these covers off, do the 2 sides, and give that Bermuda grass a good chance to go. I'm not that fussy normally, but just while it's establishing, because when Bermuda grass here gets growing, because it's the only thing that can really live well in the summer, it's so dry, all the other grasses and all the other weeds, it just grows out. So you didn't have to worry about weed killer and like that. You may get the odd weed, but I don't care about that. It's just more or less giving it a chance while it's young to grow up and spread. The area over that I retilled and regraded, it was where the hedges are on the far side that are brought down by almost a foot, 25 centimeters or 15 centimeters. And then I also regraded this edge. It's already starting to fill in, in about another month or two, you won't even notice that I had chopped the grass down. Another issue we've been having is that around all our plants, there are so many snails. I'm not even worried about slugs, but the snails are starting to eat away all our plants. So I've been putting copper tape around anything that's really quite important that has been really chewed up. We've also sprayed with some sort of organic stuff they don't like. I don't know, black soap or I don't know what it is. It's something comes because you can't buy pesticide here. They're really quite environmentally friendly. But it seems to have worked in previous years. And what I'm also doing is I put down traps. So the little slug snail traps, and basically you put beer in the bottom of them, maybe alcohol free or whatever, it doesn't matter, as long as it's got yeast in it. And the snails crawl in there overnight. Some of them drown. I always kind of am nice with them. I always dump them. So I take them out and clear it every morning when I'm doing it, put them in a big bucket. And then my wife is gonna, as she drives away or somewhere, she's gonna take the bucket and dump it in a field somewhere so they don't necessarily die. Because they're kind of cute little things, but there's just too many. I get up in the morning and it's, I get up at 6 or 5 in the morning and it's still just sunrise. There are absolutely dozens and dozens of snails on all the sidewalks, over everything. And then what they do is they kind of scurry away in the morning, and they go into the bushes and up the trees and stuff like that and hide because it's too hot during the day. So we just need to kind of get that population down. I won't be doing it all the time. I won't just leave them out, but I can probably pick up just like 2 or 3 mornings where I get 200 or 300 snails, and they're quite large. Like, for example, there's a guy here. He's just hiding over here. It's not a bad size. So yeah, they just sit there during the day, and if we don't take care of it, they eat all the plants. We got a lot of petunias that are just, I don't think they're coming back. They're some of the annuals we bought. They were really beautiful, especially the ones towards the back and the sides. They're just being destroyed by them. So at least hopefully that's what it's doing. We sprayed that organic chemical of whatever it is in there in a bottle on them, and hopefully they'll come back, but I don't think so. We have to buy some more. But yeah, anyway, so that's kind of the struggles with what we're dealing with to try to get this established. And when we get rid of the snails and when we get all these plants going, we won't have to take care of them as much. So yeah, let's get picking up some snails and let's get working on keeping this garden going. Well, that's going to do it for this vid. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different, not really DIY, but it's all part of getting the house and getting the garden makeover complete. And just shows you a little bit about kind of the challenges we face here in the south of France. So if you enjoyed it, give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next vid. Ciao.